What do I no longer settle for?
Let me.
What I
What?
no longer settle for is disrespect.
Mm,
And yes, disrespect in different moments is different. And I say that just because, yeah, disrespect is disrespect, but in some moments, like the amount of disrespect is bigger.
yeah.
But disrespect is disrespect, and I don't think I'm gonna settle for any of that. Like I'm not settling for it.
I definitely second that. Like, I am no longer settling for the disrespect, whether it be from, you know, people that like I work with, people that look down under me because of race, because of age, whether it be like my students, like holding people accountable for their actions. And I'm in an era where I'm calling you out on it. Like, what?
Yes, because no, correct yourself or you wreck yourself.
Yes, I'm
Yourself.
done being a people pleaser. Like, I told my students recently, I was like, this, like, where you are people pleasing, it is not benefiting anyone. It is okay to not like people around you,
Hmm.
but you have to coexist in this space together.
Hmm.
That's just facts.
Hmm.
You don't have to like everyone, everyone doesn't have to like you. That's okay. And,
That
on
don't mean you have to be
stage though,
disrespectful.
yeah, I don't want your energy. I don't like your energy. But I'll respect you, but back up.
Man, disrespects, man. It's something else. Yeah, I'm no longer settling for that. It's not happening. It's not welcome. It's not like, okay, you have no longer have access to me.
Hmm.
Life's too short to be in spaces where I'm not wanted, not appreciated.
Hmm.
And so I'm not gonna be there.
Yeah. And we are too good for that. We are
Yeah.
too good to be a doormat. So,
Yeah, no, life's too short. I work too hard to be where I am to let somebody else walk over me.
hmm. Ooh,
You
this
crazy?
one's a deep one.
Oh,
When was a time you chose yourself?
right now. Right now. I'm choosing myself. Right
Yes.
now.
Yes.
Uh,
I Oh yeah, please explain if you are
I'm no longer settling for disrespect.
mhm,
I'm acknowledging my accomplishments and where I've been. I'm looking forward to the future and where I plan on going. I'm making my space my own.
mm,
I'm not settling.
yeah. I'm trying to think of
Mhm.
past moments of when I chose myself, move on from a friendship.
Mhm.
Freshman year of college. It's like that weird point where it's like, okay, you still have your high school buddies, and then once you have that college experience, that's a new version of you. That's
Mhm.
it's still you, but it's a different version. And you have to decide whether to continue bringing the past along with you to the future or letting go so that you can grow into the person you will become or who you want to be.
Yeah.
So I would say that when I chose myself was freshman year, December break, coming back home.
Mm, that's hard. I don't think people talk about that enough.
Who have you cut ties with?
It's not
Why?
one.
Friend, my ex-friend from December break, freshman year of college.
Uh,
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
friends.
Oh, sorry. You can.
No, I'm agreeing. A lot of friends.
Yeah, friends. And I've seen so many videos on TikTok and Instagram reels about like friendships, and how there's moments where it's one-sided, like the given tree,
Hmm.
and how you're given, but they're not given back. And then it's the moments where you pull back and you're like, okay, I'm waiting for them to respond, and they don't.
Hmm.
It's like, I'm not putting in all of this energy just for you to not reciprocate that back.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah. And or friendships where they've kind of died out a while ago, but they're just kind of holding on like a dead tree still standing.
Mm-hmm.
The roots are gone.
Mm-hmm.
The inside's starting to hollow out.
I'd also like to add that workplaces are definitely, cutting ties with previous, work. I know and I understand, and I've done this myself, that, you still want to continue to keep that bridge, so to speak, and not sever ties. That way, if you ever want to, like, have a collaboration with them or keep that line of communication, you can. But part of me is like, let me burn this bridge down.
Yeah, no job that I've ever left have I ever been able to return to. Not
Mhm,
in the sense of me cutting ties or in the sense of me burning bridges, but in the sense of like, if I left for a reason.
mhm,
I ain't gonna lie and be like, there's a time I ain't never try to go back because yes, I have. But like I said, every job that I've left, I've never been able to go back to for
mhm.
one reason or another.
Yeah, same, and I wouldn't want to go back now.
What I know now that I didn't know then. Mm-mm-mm. My soul rejoices.
Amen. Ooh, okay. This one says, "How would you have raised yourself?"
Completely, totally, absolutely freaking different,
Yeah.
right? I think when we think about that, like I would give myself more an explanation and let myself be a child.
Mm,
That's really the focus, like of how I would raise myself. I would
mhm.
let myself be a child a little bit more.
Yeah, I would say I would have raised myself to be a type of child that um, continued to explore different hobbies and passions, but also allowed like my schedule to hang out with friends and invite them to my place to have fun. I never really had that social outing aspect. Sleepovers weren't a thing. I don't know if that's like culturally like a thing.
But sleepovers are okay. Most things that happen at sleepovers aren't good anyway.
Hmm.
So I've
But
been told.
yeah, didn't go to really any birthday parties. So I just feel like, giving myself the space to be more social.
Mhm. Yeah. And I would allow myself to stay a child a little bit longer.
Mhm. So, ooh, this one says, "What did love used to mean?" Okay, maybe let's rephrase that. Maybe let's say, "What does love mean to you now?" And then we'll answer this one.
I can answer both.
Okay, go ahead.
I think as I've grown, I understand that love, when they say it covers a multitude of sin, it does. There is suffering in loving someone, right? A different kind of pain. Sometimes there's disagreement, which can cause some suffering. And like I said, there's always some sadness when it comes to love, just because it's love and it brings a whole bunch of other emotions along with it. But it used to mean confusion. And as I grow older, I know love isn't confusion.
Hmm.
Love is clarity.
Ooh,
Love is clarity.
ooh,
It
I
is
like
not confusion. Nothing about confusion is love.
that. Hmm.
Nothing. Nothing. Love is clarity.
Wow, that's deep. That's powerful.
I try.
Would you say that if one were confused or conflicted about one's feelings towards someone or something, like would that be like leaning towards love?
In what sense? Because are you talking about like in a romantic relationship? There should be no confusion about how someone feels about you.
Mm,
You
yeah.
know when you love someone. There's no question about it, whether or not you want to acknowledge it or deny it
Mhm.
and add that into it. That's something added to it. That's not part of who what love is in and of itself.
Mm. So like that clear line of communication.
Yeah. Like If it's becoming all kerfunkled and kerfuddled, it's because one of the people in there, even you, are adding things into it.
Mhm.
You know when you love someone.
Yeah.
You know it. There's no question. Oh, do I love? No, you know. You
Mhm.
just try to deny it. When it comes to children, you
Denial is
know.
a river in Egypt.
I'm just saying it's not meant to be a part of it. Like, so an example, if you're in a romantic relationship, if you're constantly confused, it's because that person does not feel the same.
Mm,
Love. That's not love. Love is clarity. If someone I love is hurt and confused and upset by my actions, what's going to be my first response? To explain, to try to comfort. When a child is hurt and upset by their parents' actions, an attentive, caring parent is going to try to explain.
mm,
Well, that's what you get. No, that's not love.
mhm.
Oh, I did that because of this. That's love, clarity, not confusion. If someone's creating confusion in a situation, or uh, if you're confused about something, then you got to stop and get back to the nitty gritty of it. Is it,
Mhm.
are you loving this thing or are you not? Because you only question when there's confusion, and or if you don't like it and you're trying to convince yourself, or the vice versa, you like it, you're trying to convince yourself you don't. You know when you love something or someone,
Mm,
you know it. If you got a brand new phone, there's no question about how much you love that brand new phone.
yeah.
So why does it make it? Why all of a sudden there's questions when it comes to humans who can actually love you back, who can actually reciprocate that love?
So
It's
that's
clear.
so good. I would
And argue with your mama, cause I ain't her.
I would say for me, love used to mean like pain. Like every heartache was
Mhm.
associated, no, or every love was associated with heartbreak or pain or suffering, and I kind of just like equated it like as just like one entity. Like,
Mhm.
oh, I can only have love if this were
Mhm.
to happen, kind of like a yin yang situation.
Mhm.
But your response really made me think, like, oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, there might be some bruises, but it shouldn't be confusion. Like, there should be some clear point of like, oh, okay, this is happening, and like, what is the next step? Like, there's a clear next step to that.
Yeah, yeah. Your love is clarity. Love is comfort.
Mhm.
Love is a surety. It's not all this other stuff that we make it to be.